Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish.
All right, we're back.
How about that fucking storm that just happened?
Unreal.
Just came, destroyed, left.
Absolutely was. First of all, has it rained? If we were Native Americans in the old days,
We would have been
rain
fucked.
dancing
Yeah.
for months.
Yeah,
These people would be rain dancing.
That was some serious fucking water.
Here's a funny story about. I don't think we have a lot in common. So I'm gonna assume that you have the same situation as I have. That I've never known like a Native American person personally.
So, go ahead, finish.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe you do.
Yeah.
But what cracked me up was that when you get older, you meet people from. I was like my 20s. Friend of a friend, went to college with this kid. So these guys, they were like four brothers, all great athletes,
Yeah.
whiter than Brendan Ahern and Danny Gillis combined,
Yeah.
right? The Percivals. Their father was they were like army brat kids. So they moved all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So they lived in North Dakota for like their high school years. And they all played hoops. And they basically lived on a reservation. And I remember the kids like, dude, David Blackcloud, biggest fucking Hun you ever met in your life. I'm like, David Blackcloud? Like I never knew, like everybody I knew was like Sullivan,
Yeah.
O'Brien, Riccardi, like
Yeah.
David Blackcloud.
Oh,
like
that's a great last
stands
name.
with fist, fucking Johnson. You know what I mean? Like ridiculous. Plus the fact that he was a Hun made it
Oh,
even funnier.
there was a funny episode of Family Guy with that when they go to the casino and the guy's in the bathroom and he's giving a towel to wash
Yeah.
his hands. He goes, "Thanks, watches you pee," because he had his name tag on there. But no, I actually I know of one girl that her grandfather or grandmother, it's definitely grandfather, massive, like the whole headdress in Maine. Like they own land up in Maine. She's, what was Jacoby Ellsbury? Navajo? A Cherokee?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever.
She's one of them.
Yeah.
And I remember like she was definitely into it because I mean her mom had passed away, Carrie. Her and my sister share the same baby father. So
Okay.
like this girl's like kind of related to me. Like
Yep.
she's fucking family. She's been at every god. I was at her 21st birthday. She's damn near family, but she is Puerto Rican and she is like a real Native American. Like goes to all like the fucking rain dances and all that shit.
Yep.
So yeah, so I do know what's a Tonka. You know, lone wolf.
I'll tell you what. I mean, like when I watch like Dances with Wolves, I'm like, these people had it right. Like
Dude.
it's like respect the earth, ride a horse, do some fucking
And
peyote.
leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah, exactly. Like then all us dickheads come
Yeah.
over here. We're like, hey,
Goddamn Whitey. Here comes Whitey.
I'll make you a deal that's awesome. The
Yeah.
deal sucks.
It's gonna suck.
The deal
yeah.
sucks. Yeah, it stunk.
I respect the fuck out of the Native
Yeah,
Americans.
I mean now. I mean, I'm glad we're sitting here right now, so I'm just gonna say that. So whoever my dickhead ancestors were.
No, it wasn't our I think it was all the English people. Those
Yeah, of
fucking
course it was.
frauds.
We just got taken over here like, yeah.
We're in the
exactly.
same boat, pal.
Yeah. Good weekend?
Yes, it was. It was football's back, so I coached all week.
Yep.
And Friday I had the day off for what I already told you about. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't want to jinx anything. So I ended up meeting the coaches Friday after work, after they got out of work.
Yep.
And it started fucking downpouring. Like, kind of like today, but for only like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And everybody canceled practice. Cheerleaders, fucking the other football teams. And I said, we're not canceling. We are not canceling. And the head coach was on board. He was like, nah, fuck that. We were all at Hooters. We're looking out there. It's just sheets of water coming down. So I go, we're not canceling. Because you have to get X amount of conditioning hours before you can get the pads. Well, obviously, we want to hit right away, you know? So obviously, it fucking downpours. Everyone's canceled. We go down there. Beautiful fucking night. No
Yep.
one's down there. And we end up getting our hours in. So we can actually hit tomorrow. We're not. We're giving out equipment tomorrow.
Yep.
But that was that. That's what we did on Friday. Didn't do anything extravagant. Yesterday, I had my unions. They had a special election for the business agent. So I had to be there from like 9 to 3. And I was in the parking lot the entire day. Not a fucking tree in sight.
Yep.
Having a few brouhahas with the boys. It was hot. I'm burnt. I was wearing a tank top. It was not a good idea. But it was a good time. It usually is when you see guys that you used to work with, haven't worked with, school and whatnot.
Sure.
Then we went over to Dorchester Brewery for a couple.
Nice.
Had a couple IPAs I'm not used to. I had some raspberry fucking stout. Reminded me of like those candies around Valentine's Day.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. They got the cursive writing.
Yeah.
Tasted just like that.
Do you know what sucks, by the way? You fucking just... Here's something that's a fraud. Box of chocolates.
Yeah, it is a fraud.
Dude, like, I remember, like, when we were in 4th, 5th grade, like, I had a girlfriend in 5th grade because I'm fucking throwing gas in 5th grade. Heidi Stevenson, great girl, best athlete in our class, used to dominate me in one-on-one. Anyways, bought her a box of chocolates. I remember she's like, will you split it with me? I'm like, this thing sucks.
Yeah.
What do you take, a guess? Like, imagine being like, do you want a sandwich? Somebody just blindfolds you, gives you like a random sandwich. Like, I don't know if you're gonna like it.
I don't know how they keep. I mean, they're still in business.
90% of the flavors suck.
They're pretty bad.
Nougat, vanilla nougat.
Yeah,
like,
not good.
That's the most best one.
Yeah,
it's like
I get the shake down to a size now. The one that like the raspberry one that I was talking. I got that one. Like I know which one that is. So I'm like, give me that.
No, that's like like I'm way older than you, obviously, but like go to my grandmother's house, it'd be like ribbon candy and like guess your chocolate.
Yeah.
Like guess what it's gonna be if you're gonna throw up or not. Like you'll find out. Like half of them probably have the liqueur in it, like they used to do in the back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like at least give me that was the one thing. That's when Entenmann's became a fucking. Oh no, Winfrey's.
Winfrey's, yeah.
Goat. You know why? They had like a little like keypad on the back of it. It was like, hey.
Oh yeah,
this is what they are.
Yeah, they gave you a little
so
cheat sheet.
You were like the cheap people had nothing. Like they're like, we're not printing that out.
Right.
Who knows what we put in that box? You know?
So yeah, that place was mobbed. This isn't like a dig at Dorchester Brewery, but it is because they put a bad taste in my mouth. Like not figuratively, but during COVID, when you had to order food, right? Which I get, that wasn't on them, but they wouldn't let you keep a tab open. Drove me fucking nuts.
And that sucks.
Every time I get a beer, I have to sign off. It fucking drove me crazy.
Dumb.
And I like, not to. Obviously, I'm not going to get them in trouble now. But right down the street was Applebee's. Would go there for cheaper drinks.
Yeah.
They didn't give a flying fuck at Applebee's in Dorchester.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, keep it open, no problem.
Yeah.
If you want food, order food if you want. You know,
Yeah.
they did not give a flying fuck.
Applebee's.
All right, but it was just convenient. But I get it. They were like just getting started, and it just. Every time I walk in there now, I'm like, I fucking hate this place, but I really don't.
Is that also the place that had like the if you want a Miller Lite or whatever it was, like go to a different
No, that
bar?
was a place in Malden Square. That was on a pub crawl.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That was. I
don't like that either, dude. I don't like that like attitude. Like I've told you, like I like an IPA.
Yeah.
I love a Miller Lite. I love a Coors Light.
Yeah.
I love a Bud Light.
Yeah.
I don't need you to like give me your like.
I always had this in the back of my mind that like you think you're better than me because you have a dipper in you. Fuck off.
Yeah, and by the way, you have a 28 waist. You're a fucking loser. Complete fucking loser.
Your pants are made of hemp.
Exactly.
I don't fuck off.
Yeah, you're like they probably like responsibly drink. Yeah. Absolute fucking loser.
What an idiot.
So, I went to Hershey Park.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Filet.
We'll get to the first ad. Actually, let's do it right now.
Do it.
Because, as I said, this is the week. I have to handle my mass save shit.
Yeah.
So that I can do the house, I get a whole new heating system, and I need my boy Sean to come over here and do the insulation. So I need something that's called an insulation situation, okay? Mass Save Partner, if you're paying into Eversource or National Grid, you're already fucking paying for this
You're already
shit.
doing it. Look at
You
your
already
bill.
it's like you put all the money in the bank. Let's cash out, okay? I'm about to cash out. Single-family homes get 75% off. Multifamily homes are 100%, as long as all units move forward with the work. Irish Battleships. Email insulationsituation@gmail.com. 617-835-4784. Let me just say something right now. If I find out you got your house insulated by somebody other than Insulation Situation, you have revoked membership to this bar.
Yeah.
Revoked membership.
The only people ever to not get fucking admittance.
Yeah, you're
Besides
done.
that kid from Cambridge. He's
That kid is...
Dunzo.
There's a lot of people on thin ice right now. Let's just put it that way. Sean will be over here this week. I'm going to report back, by the way. I'm going to give a user reaction,
Looking forward
which
to
I
it.
can't wait to.
Cool.
All right, so went to Hershey Park. First of all, you want to feel good about yourself? Go to Hershey Park.
Okay.
Loser Central. Fatso Central.
Really?
Lots of like. Here's the thing. Like I always thought about. I never got any tattoos, and I'm not like a tattoo guy. Like you're a good tattoo guy. You got a nice sleeve going, right?
Half sleeve, yeah.
Half sleeve,
Yeah.
whatever. But you look like you were supposed to have a tattoo on you. Yeah, it just fits you. So it wouldn't fit me. People would be like, "Why do you have a tattoo?" Like, I'd probably have Charlie Brown on my.
I don't know
arm
what I was
sometime.
thinking with this hoodie, but go ahead.
Yeah. So lots of like, R.I.P. like Steve, like with like 1942 to 1987 type tattoos.
Yeah.
In first of all, the first thing you see is like a scooter rental. You see a scooter rental immediately, like tons of fat people. It made me feel great about myself. Awesome time. If you are like me, if you're like a budget-minded person who likes taking your kids to places that are gonna take Canopy Lake to the next level, this is your place. I went on a roller coaster with my kids called Candemonium, 207 feet, first drop.
Sign me
No over the shoulder, so it's not an upside downer.
Okay.
So I like the over the shoulder.
Same, yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
like, I can fucking hang off for dear life.
Right.
Just goes over your belt.
That's-
I'm like, dude, I don't want to be on this at all.
Yeah.
Like when it's going up the hill, I'm like, I don't want to be on this ride at all. I'm with all my kids. You ever seen the movie Top Gun? You want to be in it? This is your ride. This is your ride. You're like Iceman in this thing, dude.
Inverted?
I was inverted. Yes, I was inverted. Unbelievable time. Great time. Had a blast. You make your own. By the way, Hershey's chocolate, I've said this, is a fucking fraud. It sucks. It's not good. It's fine. It's whatever. It's like, it's the last, it's one step above the candy bars that you used to use to raise money for like your Little League.
Oh,
The shit ball candy bars,
yeah,
right?
I know what you're talking about.
Now, go to Hershey Park. They have this other section that's like, make your own candy bar. Like, they got a store, it's like the Christmas tree shop of candy.
Yeah.
Everything is lights out money because it's fucking fresh from the fucking factory that day.
Yeah.
It's not
You're in
on
luck.
it's not on an 8-week truck to Saugus.
Right.
It's stuck in the back of a convenience store for 9 weeks before you get it. And
Right.
you're dumb mouth,
Right.
right? It was.
You open the chocolate up, it's got like fucking
It
dandruff.
was like Willy Wonka type shit.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable. So, anyways, get home. 9-hour ride home. 9 hours.
Yeah, it's.
Thunderstorm like we had tonight out in Worcester, like getting back. I'm ready to I'm just ready to open the car door and just throw myself onto the side of the road. Just done. Lily Peas,
Yeah.
50 Binney Street. I don't know if you've heard of them. Best fried chicken in the fucking world.
Ooh.
All right.
Wait a minute. So you came back Friday
Came back Friday.
and you went straight to Lily Peas?
Straight to Lily Peas.
What a fucking dedicated
All right,
customer.
listen. I love our sponsors, but you know what else I love more than that?
Bluegrass?
Two things. I love bluegrass music.
Yeah.
And I love fucking fried chicken. Now, I didn't get any that night. So I walked in.
You sent me a picture.
Yeah.
Absolute
Jill,
mob scene.
how do you pronounce the last name?
There's a
Dervishian?
No, Dervishian.
Dervishane. Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Jill runs the front of the house there.
Yeah.
Right? So she's like, Chris is going to be psyched to see you. We walked in. I had my buddy Kev with me. I'm like, awesome, great. Place was packed to the fucking
Yeah,
gills.
I saw it. It was crazy.
Dude, packed to the gills.
Crazy.
Um,
Did you get parking out front?
We took an Uber because I'm smart.
That a boy.
Yeah. We don't drink and drive in this show. Unless we're forced to. Anyways, so packed to the gills. My buddy's like, first of all, so we go to order food.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, have you had the fucking roasted oysters here? No, I'm a seafood guy. You a seafood
Yeah,
guy?
I love seafood.
So roasted oysters, wings. Roasted oysters at Lily P's deathbed meal, Brendan Ahern. If I
Really?
hadn't put it on the fucking cross tomorrow, if you're fucking shooting me up with electro, like I am getting this meal tomorrow. It
Really?
was, dude, I was
Blown away.
chuffed. This meal is so good. Jill's sister Amanda was there.
Yep.
She was your football cheerleader.
She was.
She was.
Shout out to
She's
the
a big
Cyclones.
pulling the Cork fan.
Yeah.
Jill, admittedly, along with Chris, who owns Lily Peas, by the way, he's like, I usually listen to the first 15 minutes to hear the ad. Love you, Chris. I'm glad for your support. Thank you. I don't need your ears, I guess. Amanda is an actual Corker.
Yep.
Loves the show. So, hung out with them. She is a nurse, by the way, and she's like, you know what got me pumped up about being a nurse? Darcy, your sister.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I heard she was a nurse, and I want to do it. I'm like, and then she's like, I also flip houses with my sister. I'm like, Malden women are like, this is America was built on the backs of women like this.
Yes.
Like, these are real women.
Yeah. The poster with the girl with the bandana and the,
Yeah, that's Malden
that's
women.
Malden
right
women.
there. That's so we had a blast with them. We did a couple
Forget her
shots.
name. I should know that fucking name. What's her name?
What?
The famous poster, the girl. It's
Oh, I don't know
We
that
can do
either.
it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, girls.
Anyways, but goes to show a lot of our listeners are women, and they are the women that flip houses and they save your ass when you're in the hospital.
Yes, sir.
We did a couple shots, and then listened to some sick bluegrass. Came home. I was extremely hungover yesterday, hurting. But Lily Peas, 50 Benny Street, lilypeaschicken.com. The wings were lights out. The oysters, lights out. Anytime they're having bluegrass there on Fridays, if I can get there, I'm going. It was.
I checked that out.
Dude, and by the way, Chris was psyched. We got a blast. I hung out with Chris for a while. We had beers together.
Sweet.
It was awesome. It's good to see the sponsors. Good to go with the people.
Fuck yeah.
And then I was pretty much hungover the next day. So that was how yesterday was. It was just a little bit of self-medication. Then my wife went to Motley Crue all day yesterday.
Oh.
So I was solo. So had a couple day drinking beers, but watched half of Predator with my son, and that was it. But dude, I was like all over the state. I was all over the country.
You were. You like Carmen San Diego this past week.
Yeah, we're in the world as Brendan Hearn.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Exactly.
All right. While we're in the ads, I will talk about one of ours new ones, American Safety Sprinkler, fully licensed and insured, family owned. Mike Brandano, my guy, takes pride in maintaining exceptional cleanliness and courteous professional work standards throughout their projects. Now, they are also a plumbing outfit. I should mention this. But with that being said, you need any commercial owner, anybody with commercial businesses, you're going to need to get your shit figured out with fucking sprinkler systems. He's your guy. You want to call him, 781-322-0500, AmericanSafetySprinkler.com. Mike is his name. Mike, he will partake in a few adult beverages if you ask him to. Tell him that we sent you so he can buy them for you. AJM Plumbing and Heating. My guy, Anthony Machichi. I've blown his balls so many goddamn times about his boiler work, and it just speaks for itself. Servicing North and the South Shore, over 100 5-star reviews, all plumbing, heating, and gas needs. Certified in all major plumbing and heating brands. Great prices with 2-year warranty on all his work. That's fucking unheard of, people. It's unheard of. Mention this ad, receive 10% off your next service call, or tell them that I have Brennan sent you with the phone number, 781-853-1310. Email, AMICCI@AJMPlumbingandHeating.com. Want to take us home with extra effort?
Extra effort hockey. My boy Craig Richards. My boy. You hear that?
I heard
I've stolen him. I've completely stolen him.
Sure did.
I mean, I've said it before. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I hope, by the way, when Greg Huntley dies, I hope on his tombstone it says, took his kid to extra effort. Because I've made a business out of this kid's fucking, like, Reed Huntley and Greg. Greg Huntley, I've known him my whole life. This kid does not spend his money unwisely. If he's going to extra effort, that's your place. 1,000 square feet of
synthetic ice.
It's a fact. Extra effort hockey is our place. The kid's got a Bruins tattoo on his hand. Am I correct?
Yeah, dude, he's just a full-blown gang member of the Bruins clan, dude.
Yeah.
And most Bruins, like, if you're a fan like that, you're a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
You ever go to a Bruins game with some, like, savage fans?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
Savage.
He's, by the way, you know what I love about a guy like Craig is that, like, I'm like, am I in the right place when I went to pick up my shirts? And there's a truck with a fucking full wrap extra effort. And I'm like, you know what I like? I like people all the fuck in. Like, get all the way the fuck into what you're doing.
He rocks his shit on his sleeve, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
love it. I mean, what have they been going? 2 years, 3 years, that we said?
I think like 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, and they're crushing it.
He started during COVID doing ice rinks in people's backyards, and it fucking just took off.
Yeah.
Took off. He still does them. I know.
Dude, and I'll tell you right now,
Kid's a
like
hustler.
back in the day when I was doing the Cornhole podcast, my buddy Brandon Greba, who runs West Georgia Cornhole, by the way, if you're ever looking for cornhole boards in the world, there's local great shops. There's Wicked Cornhole up in Tewksbury. But if you want something custom and you're not from around here,
Dude, that's
my
so
boy at West Georgia.
God, yeah.
That's my boy Bruce Taylor up there at Wicked.
No, I don't know. That's the one in Tewksbury.
Oh yeah.
But there was a guy. I don't mean to cut you off. But
No, go ahead.
There was a guy on the beef page today that did a video.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but
No.
he got boards made, and it's just a white background with a fucking beef on it, right? So the looks of it looks kind of cheesy, right?
Yeah.
But the way that the kid said Tewksbury drove me nuts because you just said it the same way. You say Tewksbury.
Yeah.
And someone commented on it, and they're like, I didn't take you as a Tewksbury guy.
The irony is that one of my buddies is from Tewksbury, whatever.
It's fucking funny, but my bad.
So anyways, Bruce Taylor up at Wicked, if you're local, go see him to the Boston area. if you're national, my boy Brandon Greba, the reason I'm bringing that up is he started making boards out of like his garage, like in his like late 20s, was married, whatever. All weekend he would be doing that. He sold, I think he was like selling insurance. The kid has the biggest board making company in the country. You know why?
Fucking sick.
All the fuck way in. This guy is. He was just like, he's my guy. Anyways, Craig's that way. So extra effort hockey. That's up. Tell him we sent you, right?
Yeah. Craig knows. Hopefully, I don't know what are your plans on next weekend? You guys have plans? Family and all.
That's a great question.
I'll probably see Craig next weekend because there's a big Italian feast in Malden.
Okay.
And I go to it every year. And they used to do a grease pole. I used to climb it.
I think I get something on Saturday.
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
So I'm there all weekend.
Yeah.
But I have I've since retired from the grease pole because my body just can't fucking handle it no more. It was fun. I did it for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. But I'll definitely see Craig there. And, hopefully I'll be rocking my pole in the Cork hat. You know what I mean?
That's right. And also, we got more XLs to pick up because we got the double XLs in the lodges in.
Yeah.
Anybody who already got a shirt is getting it. That's a fact. All right. So if you haven't got it yet, it's because I've been away. I've been on a vacation every week.
Yeah, he's been
I'm
killing
like, by the way, I'm like a person who's on vacation all the time, but he's broke. Like I said to Maggie today, I'm like, we are done with vacations.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like, we're not rich. Like, this is not happening. So, anyways, that's it. So basically, what we're gonna do today is we got some questions.
Yep.
That were written in.
Let's do it.
Although I did want to bring up something real quick, and you know what? We have like certain subjects. So when I was talking to Amanda at Lily Peace, she was like, "Oh, I know. Do you know what you're gonna be for the Halloween party? By the way, October 28th, it's fucking happening.
Yeah.
If you have a fucking 10-cent head if you're not showing up to this thing,
Yeah.
okay? You're a dummy.
Grow up.
Yeah, grow up. But he's gonna raise a bunch of money for something cool. Anyway, she's like, "Do you know what you're being?" Now I do know what I'm being now because she made me be like, I'm like, how do I not know what I'm being to my own party?
Right.
Our own party. But here's the thing about Halloween. When you grow up in a budget-minded household, which I did,
Yep.
and you grew up with a mother like my mother, who is well-read, loves stories that nobody cares about except for like English teachers and shit.
Yeah.
When I was in the 3rd grade, my mother made me be the Headless Horseman. Now, I'm sure you're like, oh, I know what the Headless Horseman is. Of course you do, because you're a fucking adult.
Yeah.
When you're in the 3rd grade, you know what people know? Transformers and fucking like Gizmo. Like my buddy was Gizmo. He was the star, right?
From
the
from
the Gremlins.
Okay, all right.
So Headless Horseman, back then. Now, my mother never bought a costume in her fucking life.
Yep.
Makes everything.
Man-made,
Right?
yeah.
Man-made from scratch. I got 2 stilts on my shoulders. My head is, I can't see anything. I'm holding a fake pumpkin head in my arms.
Yeah.
I'm blind, basically. This is the first day of blind person. Everybody's asking me, what are you? Because nobody knows what the fuck the Headless Horseman is. The teacher's like, that's a great costume.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm walking around, people pushing me into walls. They're like, taking advantage of me. Like I was like a disabled person.
Yeah.
Like in this thing, and nobody knew who the fuck I was. And my mother was like, it was a great costume, right? I'm like, this costume fucking sucks. I'm like, nobody knew who the fuck I was. I couldn't see anything. It was hot as balls. It was like a 75-degree fucking October day.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a sweater on my head. Like that's what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Then she cut out holes that were like 3 feet in front of me that I couldn't see through. So, anyways, if you're at home and you're making your kids your costumes, here's where I'm getting at. When I go for a costume, I want my face free.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in a mask.
For sure.
I don't want to be covered, okay? I want to be able to talk to people, shoot the shit, right? That was a absolute fucking egregious mistake by my own mother. I don't let her...
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, mistakes were made. I don't let her live it down.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That's all right.
By the way, she does not feel bad about it,
No.
so don't...
Live
think
and
that
learn.
she would.
Live and learn.
Exactly, yeah. You know what you're being already? We don't have to reveal. I'm just asking.
No, I already know.
Okay.
I already know.
All right, you got it?
And it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. I hope it is.
Yeah.
I
No,
respect it's
we got it. Here's my thing, right? And I hope my cousin Mike comes, right? Because like every time I think of a great costume, he just fucking one-ups me so bad. Him and his wife one year came as the 2 people from American Gladiators. He went as Nitro, and she went as like one of the girls. Dude, he had a royal blue spandex on, but he like had like the thing to make your balls look like they're fucking massive. So he just had this bulge. Dude, it was so funny. He's walking around with like the weight. It was fucking great. And like he was all in. It was just a house party. It wasn't even at like a hall or nothing. It was great. But I mean, his brother Pat, him and his wife, dude, they went as Harry and Marv.
Yeah.
Absolute lights out. His wife put on the fucking Daniel Stern curly Jufro hair, the beard. It was fucking awesome. Pat had the beanie burnt out. It was fucking sick, dude. So my boys all go in. You know what I mean? Go all in, and that's what you got to do. Have fucking fun with it. Don't come in with a fucking with a mask from Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? Don't do that.
Before I have my company that I own now, I worked for a kid that I knew forever, but he was from Brockton.
Yep.
And everybody, we had 4 guys who worked for us. They were all from Brockton,
Yep.
right? So they're like his little brother's friends, basically all work for us, right?
Yep.
So we get our first employee. He was not from Brockton. Random dude that was hired through us, right?
Yep.
Kind of a total fucking square. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna fuck with this guy, right? So I go in front of the whole office. This guy kind of ran the place while this other guy was off, like doing whatever he did. So I go, hey, tomorrow's Halloween Friday. I go, we all dress up. We dress up. We show out in this office. This office is 4 people, right? I go, we show out in this office. We dress up. So I'm like, the kid's like looking at me like, they really dress up? And I'm like, dude, we get fucking geared up for this thing. And we go out afterwards. So this kid smartly shows up, no costume the next day, right? Nobody had a costume, obviously.
Right.
It's all fake. One of the dickheads from Brockton shows up in a full costume with face paint. And I'm like, dude, you didn't know I was busting balls? He's like, no. I'm like, you've worked here for 3 years. We've never dressed up once. He dressed up in a full costume with like the Joker from fucking like, it was like in The Office when like Creed dressed up as the Joker.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, you have no brains in your head, like at all. It was actually the best result we could have had. The other kid didn't dress up, and this kid fucking dressed up.
That's great.
I love Halloween though. It's a top holiday for me.
I love it. I love it more as a, you know what kids don't do anymore? And it pisses me off. They don't go out and raise hell. Like shaving cream, egging. They don't do none of that shit no more.
I know.
I mean, on one hand, I'm like, if I had a house, my house was fucking egged. Like, I'd be bullshit. But on the other hand, I'm like, have fun a little bit. They don't do shit no more. Like, the young kids have fun. The adults certainly have. At least the adults I hang with, that we go around. There was one fucking, or not one house. There was a couple houses on the road. There was an adult fucking trick-or-treat bag that you can reach your hand in.
Really?
All nips. It's great.
Dude, there are a couple houses around here that do like a punch.
Yeah.
Like you'll walk down, they'll have like a punch going. Like that. I like that.
Yeah,
it's like,
man. All inclusive.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All
It's for
inclusive.
everybody.
So now, like, in Malden, there's only one street that everyone goes down.
Yeah.
And that's Bainbridge. And it's mayhem. But everyone on that street participates. It's fucking awesome. Every house, full candy bars, and you can't even park on the street. You gotta walk.
Dude, you bring full candy bars out.
You're the best.
9-inch dick shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Big dick
like,
energy.
Big dick energy.
Yeah.
Like you're dropping a Snickers on somebody.
Yep.
Like that's bigger than a regular Snickers.
Knowing then that's going directly in the freezer.
Yeah.
Come on. That's heat.
There's a house by my sister's, where my sister lives on the other side of town, but there's a house that like we call it the potato house because Tom, like when they were kids, the lady would make you choose behind her back. One hand was a Reese's peanut butter cup, and the other hand was a potato. No lie. What a cunt, by the way. Tommy was like, I want to do instant potatoes all over her lawn. I'm like, I will be down with you. I'll do that.
Fuck
what a
yeah.
Grinch. Like,
Yeah.
That's what you're doing?
Yeah. Well, how about the people that
It's
give
worse
out,
than Razor Blades. You know what I mean?
how about the people that would give out toothbrushes?
Dude,
You miserable
You know
fuck.
what? You know what? You know who probably gives out a toothbrush? The guy who was in here last week talking about the gender divide in this bar.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Cambridge fuck.
There's so much sugar in that. Live it up.
Oh, I bet it is. You fucking, you clown. All right, so we get some listener questions today, by the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
So that's what we decided to do. We're just going
I
to have
am in.
people write in. Here's. I think I know the answer for you, but I don't know what mine is. All right, so what Lucas Meyer. By the way, Lucas Meyer, holdover from the Dogcast. Old school cornhole guy.
Yeah.
Lucas Meyer. Love this kid.
Fuck yeah.
What's one liquor that you had basically gave you alcohol poisoning you don't really want to touch anymore?
I know it.
What is it?
For me, it was Captain Morgan Black.
What is that?
Dude, I don't even know if they make it anymore. It was like the 100 proof Captain Morgan. And for whatever reason, me and my boys, there was the night that I came home hungover for the first time. And it was, when I was just
Oh,
plopped
the
on.
time when your mother made you keep
Yep,
drinking?
yep,
Yeah.
that's what it was. And I will never, ever, ever. You'll never see. I love Captain
You
Morgan.
drinking regular Captain?
I love Captain.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Captain.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when I have a Captain, I'll eat my hangover drink is like a Captain and Ginger. It tastes like a cream soda. Fucking love those.
I don't
So
think I've
good.
ever had that.
So good.
Yeah.
But like every now and then, I'm like, I want to relive high school, and I'll have a Captain and Coke.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Captain Morgan Black is devil's piss. It's fucking. It is so bad for you, and I know this because I was plopped on my fucking porch when it happened. It is so bad. It's like when people like, I don't know, probably your age, maybe a little younger. They're like, remember Aftershock? And
Ugh.
dude,
Ugh.
but people talk about like Goldschlager. Like for me, in high school,
Ugh.
it was like there was certain shit that just can't get out of my brain, and for whatever reason, I don't even know where we got it because we obviously weren't old enough to get it ourselves. But that might have just been like the last thing in someone's fucking liquor cabinet that someone tried. And they're like, "Yeah, let the kids figure this one out."
Dude.
You know, that is fucking awful, horrendous shit.
I actually would have to say, like, there's the only time, like, I said this on the show, this is the truth, and I hate, like, this is not like a badge of honor, like, because I do think I grew up and I think Melton's a lot the same. Like, this is not a badge of honor, but like, I grew up in Melrose back then was like, the way it was like, this is a drinking town, drinking city, and like, if you can drink and hold your liquor, like, you're like a guy, like,
Yeah.
you're like, that's what's cool around here.
Yeah.
You know what? I wish I grew up in like Cedar Rapids or something like that, and I was like fucking like Ned Flanders, because like my life would probably be better. But, anyways, my talents. I'm like Liam Neeson in Taken. I'm like, I have a certain set of talents.
yeah,
These talents are this.
is
I can
it.
drink.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So I never get sick. Like, I don't. Like, I did when I was in high school a little bit, but like I haven't. Like, remember I said on the show, I'm like, I don't think I've thrown up since like maybe college, like from booze. The last time I can remember throwing up, and I still like all these boozes, but it's this combination. So I used to work at this bar when I went to St. Mike's. St. Mike's is an Irish Catholic school in Burlington, Vermont. Basically, it's Melrose College. Like, it's like everybody's from the like Eastern Mass.
Yeah.
It's a few New York kids, but it's all Eastern Mass Irish Catholic kids that just drink. Blarney Stone was the bar. I worked there. I was like a bouncer there. Believe that, whatever. They had to initiate you. So initiation was like they close the doors at 2 when the place leaves, and you don't leave till like 6. And they just want to see you get sick. Like, that's like what it was. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to give you alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
So the first thing they gave was like 4 Wiseman, which was like 3 Wiseman. So Jim Beam, Jack, and
Johnny.
Johnny.
Is it Johnny?
I think so. I can't even
No,
remember.
it was definitely another J though.
It was not Johnny because that's too good.
It is too good.
Maybe Jameson?
Nope. It was
Jim Beam.
I might have
You'll
to
find it out.
I'll go to the Google machine
So
again.
I'm doing those, right? And I'm like, I'm taking it down. But that combination of those 3, I could still taste it. Because I was throwing up in the fucking urinal in like an hour and a half. I could still taste that combo of those 3 different like whiskeys like together.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
It is. It's Johnny Walker.
Is it Johnny?
Johnny,
Yeah.
Jack, and Jim.
Yeah. So
Oh.
that combination of those things
Yeah.
is the one thing that I'm like,
I'm not a big American whiskey guy. It's like fucking. It's
okay.
terrible.
Bourbon guy, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
I like Maker's Mark,
Yeah.
but like, and I think what you thought I was gonna say is VO for my father. Is that it?
No.
So VO is 1A. Like
Cheap
that's
tequila will do it too.
it's fucking brutal. But like I remember like because my dad would drink that. Religiously, and I remember it's like, all right, Dad, I'll have a drink with you, and he just have it on ice. And I tipped like 2 fucking sips out of this, and I go, this is swill, dude.
Yeah.
And he used to have like little cans of ginger ale, and I was like, I'll have this one. He's like, pussy, you know what I mean? Like, it was just fucking so bad. It was such a bad whiskey. And every year on his birthday, I have 1 shot of it, and I fucking regret. I'm like, fuck you, like, screaming up to the high heavens. It's so bad.
Yeah. So Lucas Meyer, you get a T-shirt. I don't know. I can't remember what size you are. You if you're over a 2XL, we have to figure that out.
Yeah.
My boy Ben Voodoo. This guy. This is my guy. He was a sponsor of the old podcast. He owns Score Holio.
Okay.
By the way, this is a free ad. If you forget cornhole, you do beer pong, you do any tournament in your backyard, right? You want to do a pickleball tournament, they do that. You want to do pool. Download Score Holio.
He
The app
owns
is
it?
free. Ben, well, I'm going to get into the story because this is not a real ad. This is my ad.
This is like a
Ben was a guy who ran a cornhole league in California.
yeah.
He's basically like me and you. He's a great guy. He's a fucking riot. He's the same as us. He's got a 10-cent head. He had a buddy who's like a programmer.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, make this easy for me to run. He's like, you figure out how to program this thing. So he made him like a couple spreadsheets. Now Ben's like owns like this huge, awesome
It's
company.
the only I have it on my phone. I can't even tell you the last time I played cornhole. But
Dude, this guy, Darcy uses it.
Oh yeah, everyone does.
Everybody uses
Everyone
it.
does.
This guy's gonna be the richest person I know.
That's pretty
And
cool.
it's awesome because he's a regular dude.
Yeah.
He's the best. So Ben wrote, I would like to know the best time of year to visit Boston.
Oh,
I
read this.
Yeah, I plan on coming out in 2023. By the way, and he will be in this fucking bar. He will be on the show at some point.
Hell yeah.
That kid can carry the fucking wagon. He can
Sweet.
talk. And I need to know when to book my flight. What's your recommendation? This is a tough one.
I don't think it is. Not for me. It isn't. I don't think there's anything better.
There's 3 seasons.
There is 3 seasons.
There's 3 seasons.
But I'm gonna say fall.
100%.
Is-
Hands down.
Now, touristy shit, right? If you want to go fucking look at foliage and the back roads of Chronicle, by all means, it's beautiful, right? It is.
Fine.
I'm done with it. I was done with it August 21st, the day after my birthday, 1987. That's when
Yeah.
I was done with it. But some people like that shit, right? If you want to see New England
You
and
got
all
a birthday coming up.
20th, baby.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
35th. So I would say come out. The weather is absolutely perfect. If the Red Sox are good, I would say catch a game. If you haven't been to Fenway Park,
Yeah.
right? You don't want to go during the summertime because there's no fucking shade at Fenway. 0, you're screwed, right? So I would say catch a night game at Fenway during the fall if they're good. Like if they're playing like shit. Actually, you know what? If they're playing like shit, they still play until September. So I would say late September, early October, come out here. Football season, obviously we don't have GOAT anymore, but we still got the Pats. I would easily say that, right? I mean, again, I am not. It's very well documented. I am not a fucking apple picker, but like that's a thing to do out here.
Dude, apple picking can fuck off.
Fuck right off.
First of all, I know Ben. Ben's not going to be apple picking. He's going to be fucking Miller Lite picking in the spot.
That's
what
fine.
he's going to be doing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This kid is legend. By the way, you know what I've never been?
I just don't want to. I mean, shit that I would do is something I don't know the guy. You know what I mean? But I don't know what he's gonna come out here and do. You do.
Well, yeah,
but I would still say the fall is numero uno.
All right, so I fall, no questions asked.
Yeah.
That's not even, because here's the problem. Spring, you get some shit weather a lot.
Spring you get shit weather, and he lives in Cali. Why the fuck
so
he
why
needs
does he
sun?
exactly. He doesn't want to fucking come out here for, I've never been to California in my life.
I have
Have you?
been there a couple times. Yeah, my brother used to live out there. Like my first 15 years of my life, he lived there instead of Denver.
Really?
Yeah.
So what, like LA area? Like where?
Yeah, I flew into LA, and then it was like I don't know. It's probably like from here to probably a little further. Probably like Stoneham away from the airport.
Okay.
30-minute ride,
Yeah.
something like that. That's where he lived. It was
Yeah.
it was a place called Canyon Country. It was like, it was a lot of white people there. Of course it was.
Yeah. And did you like it? What do you think?
I loved it. The last time that he was out there before, or I was out there before he moved to Denver, Razor scooters just came out. So that was like 2001, 2002.
Yeah, we're going back.
We're going back. But I remember being out there for like 4th of July. There was a 4th of July party in like a cul-de-sac. And I can still see it now. It reminded me of the cookout in the Sandlot. Like
Yeah.
everybody was out there, fireworks. It was
Yeah.
fucking great. But yeah, I've been to Disneyland. My brother used to go to UCLA, so like we went on the campus.
Oh, nice.
It was fucking awesome. We got a tour from the quarterback at the time.
Jesus.
Who has not been good to himself lately. I mean, like later on in life. Like you know,
Yeah.
his name was Corey Paws. He was all over the internet. And I met, like, my brother called me, remember the quarterback we met? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you got to see this article. You know what I
This
mean?
guy's a
Like,
fucking mess.
he never made it.
Yeah, it didn't happen for him.
Yep. But Corey Paws gave us a whole tour of, like, the athletic facility. It was fucking awesome.
Nice.
We just kind of walked in like we owned the joint. The guy was like, can I help you guys?
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm the quarterback for UCLA. And we were like, what? And I remember Deshaun Foster. I got his jersey because he was on the team then. So whenever he was in at UCLA, that's when I went.
All right. Let's see. You had some on your page, right?
Yeah. I can,
By the way, and some of these are like nonsense, obviously. Oh, here's a good one.
Go for it.
Best sports moment witnessed in person.
Ooh.
I love this one.
In person.
Yeah, and by the way, this is from our boy,
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
You got a shirt, Paul.
I
You got a
have-
shirt, you got a shirt, you got a shirt.
I have to think. You go first because I have to think about. Like,
Okay, I know what it is. I know what it
in
is.
person.
I know what it is. I know what it is, and it's not. It's actually not a.
No,
it's not.
I know mine, but it's not. It's gonna get fucked up because it's not a Boston guy,
That's fine.
but it was at Fenway.
That's fine.
It's the reason I wear the backwards hat, baby. I saw Ken Griffey win the home run derby in 1999.
That is sick.
I witnessed that.
Yeah.
It was fucking glorious.
Yeah.
It was glorious. I wish I was at a World Series game, but like it wasn't like the closing one.
Sure.
That was cool though. I snuck in for $100. I just gave the guy $100 and walked in. It was nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Can say I did that more than once now. You know what I mean? But that was the first time we did it. We didn't have seats. It was fucking awesome. Standing
Yeah.
room only, and then they were like, "Where's your ticket?" And we were like, "Gotta go." You know, we just kind of walk around the whole place. There was a bunch of cool shit that I did, but yeah, Griffey winning at Fenway in 1999 when I was a kid was just fucking amazing.
So mine is. I think I'm pretty sure I maybe told this already in the show, but can't remember. But so I was like, I'm a diehard Celtics fan. Definitely was way more of a Celtics fan then than I am now. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I grew up with Paul Pierce. Like that was like my guy. Like we're the same age. Me and my buddy lived in Southie in a shithole apartment, and we used to just watch them when they had McCarty, Pierce, fucking Antoine.
Yep.
We watched every single game.
Yep.
By the way, back then, for all you spoiled fucks that have your phones and like access to any, you could be like, oh, what's it look like when a monkey like fights a tiger? Like that was not my life. Like my life was like we had 19 channels, and one of them Celtics were on every night.
Yeah.
Life was simple then. So we would watch every game. They sucked. We had actually like a 10-game pass to like we got 10-game tickets like up the fucking nosebleeds.
Do they still do that? Like 10 games?
No, you can't do that anymore.
No?
I don't think. I don't know, but like we had them, and then you could get access to playoff tickets. That's why we did it. So they would go like, you know, they made the Eastern Conference Finals one year against the Nets. Like that was back then. Anyways, so I was like, when they won it all, I was just so invested. I felt like it would be like if you won it all.
Right.
Like I felt like it would be like I felt like I knew this guy. Like
Yeah,
I was like
yeah.
I fought with you.
Yeah.
Like I've been in your corner. So
Cut me,
Super
Mick.
Bowl Sunday, whatever year that was. It's Pierce's last game in the Garden. He's playing for the Nets.
Oh, I know this.
And so I had my kids there, and like he came out, and I cried. Like I had like a couple, like I was like screaming, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like I didn't cry, like I was bawling.
Yeah.
But I was like, I felt like I was overwhelmed.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, my wife does not listen to this podcast, so I can say this. I didn't cry at my wedding. Like I didn't cry when my kids were born. That moment just overcame me. Probably because I was like, I'm getting older. Like we're getting old.
Yeah,
Like, me
yeah.
and Paul are getting older together.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know the fuck I am, obviously, but like.
Love you, Paul.
Yeah, let me Paul. Like you're the man. But like I was like this fucking guy. Like I've spent. I don't know. It's like it was a moment in time, but that was the moment. Like
That's
you came out,
when they gave him the
smashed
ball with
fuck-
the
yeah.
last 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
Fucking
And I'm like
splash.
fucking loved it. Like I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, he smacked
remember
that
that.
3 or whatever it was.
Yep.
Anyways, so that was it for me. That was a. And by the way, I saw multiple games in the fucking finals. And I was there. Like
Yep.
I was in there. That was my favorite moment.
That's-
him
yeah.
him coming off the bench like his sayonara. Fucking see you later.
And dude, that was such a great. I'm so glad he hit that.
100%.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what would be like the biggest, the guy from Cambridge who was in here? He'd be like, my favorite was my son's first time on the ice. It's like, oh, was it? You fucking dickhead?
Yeah, that was-
by the way, I'm never letting this kid die. This kid, I'm going to fucking posterize him. I'm going to put a picture of him with a fucking X through his face, like
hope-
Ghostbusters.
I hope I see him.
Loser busters.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking loser, this kid.
I hope I meet him.
All right. Anyways.
You throw, go to my page.
All right, I'm on your page.
Yep.
All right. We heard this already, but and this is that's a little inside baseball. God, this. What's your favorite brand of mayonnaise?
Fuck off.
That is like.
Who wrote? Oh, my Baba, John.
By the
right?
way, you know what my father was, and my father's not one to be like. I'm way more crass than my old man is.
Yeah.
He was in here today. He's like, said to somebody, he's like, you know what Danny calls mayonnaise? I heard him whisper it. And I'm like, pigeon cum? And he's like, he was dying. He's like, it's fucking classic.
So disgusting,
Yeah.
dude. So disgusting.
So My father was, by the way, I had a party here today. Both my girls' birthday. I am in good shape. This is not the barbecue episode.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I felt like it was like to be like a regular person who has responsibilities. Like I was like, this sucks. Like I'm basically like monitoring myself.
And you were over a grill today.
Dude, I can't tell you, it was hotter, as you would say, than the devil's asshole out.
Yep.
And my daughter, who every single year, both my daughters have celiac. So their options are limited for like ordering food. Mm-hmm. So they have Lisa's Pizza, which is around here. They have really decent gluten-free pizza. So what we do every fucking year is order gluten-free pizza and like regular pizzas from Lisa's. She's like, I really want, my daughter just turned 16 today. She's like, I really would like you burgers and dogs. And I'm like, awesome. What a day for it. Dude, if it was 95 degrees out, felt like 99. If you were in front of the grill, like I was for an hour.
200 degrees.
200 degrees.
Yeah.
Sausage, peppers, and onions, the whole thing. I ran the whole gamut, by the way.
Yep.
Never looked up. I put it in like a Jordan flu game type fucking
Happens,
situation.
dude.
Unbelievable.
The shit we do for our kids.
Dude, I mean, my kids, they are, they're everything to me, man.
Yeah. They were the best game I've ever watched.
Yeah. You know what though? I won't take, like I said, I won't take my kid. Don't give me shit. Like, don't like my kids start trying to take. I said to my daughter, you know what my daughter did when we were in Hershey Park? She goes, she was like making fun of me. We put on these like we had to make your own Hershey bar. So we put on like a hairnet thing. And she's like, how are your 4 strands of hair doing?
Ooh.
And I'm like, dude, I'm old. I don't give a fuck about my hair. I go, but I'll tell you what. I go, you just fucked up. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you want to throw it? I'm like, you know it's coming back at you. So I immediately put her in her hairnet on like Instagram, tagged her in it. And I go, you know what? I didn't say this to her, but I'm like, you're a cunt here for getting Malton Catholic tagged in this thing. And like adding it to their story like tomorrow. This is when my daughter goes to high school. But anyways, don't come with the king. You better not miss.
Best not miss, as my man Omar Little would say.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, have you watched We Own the City?
That's the fucking name of it. Dude, my buddy called me today, and he goes, hey, have you watched City on the Hill? And I was like, there's only one fucking episode. And I was thinking of We Own the City.
Yeah.
But it was, he was talking about the one with Kevin Bacon. And I was like, fuck.
That show sucks.
I didn't like it.
Sucks.
I didn't like it.
I got in 2 episodes.
Kevin Bacon is not a Boston guy. I'm done with him.
No.
Done with him. But We Own the City, that was fucking awesome.
Dude.
That was
John
awesome.
Bernthal as...
the cop. Which, by the way, I didn't find out until after I watched
real.
it. It's a whole fucking real story.
It's
fucking real story.
The fucking super cop. Dude.
You just sounded pretty good.
Motherfucking
super cop.
Dude.
Right?
My neighbor
Stupid Baltimore accent. I
definitely-
didn't even know Baltimore had accents.
Dude, I love that. That accent cracks me up. My neighbor
Super cop.
My neighbor who's like the other Ahern, I don't think he listens to this podcast, but his brother-in-law, he's like, sorry, like this thing where his brother-in-law is like, upside down flat means no quarter. No quarter. He's like from like Philly. He's like, no quarter. I'm like, dude, that's a great fucking invitation.
It's fucking...
Dude, the show is amazing. And by the way, you know what the great part about that show is?
They had all the Wire characters?
I mean, I have lifetime tickets to anything David Simon does.
Yeah.
Anything they
fact,
do, I'm
fact.
fucking in.
Yep.
Treme, I loved.
Yeah.
Big Treme guy. But that show, like, is, like, you would think it's like, oh, is it anti... That show is anti-everything. It's like... The whole thing's fucked. The cops are fucked.
Yeah,
everybody's fucked.
You could say it's anti whatever you want, but it's fucking... It's reality. It's reality.
It really happened.
It happened. Yeah.
Dude, because think about it how... Like, all right.
Those dudes are rarely in jail.
I'm not... Obviously, I'm not a cop. We support the blue in here. For the good blue. Not the... Definitely not the ones that are robbing drug dealers.
No.
Like, dude, they were like... You could see how it would happen. How you'd be like... Dude, if you walked into a closet... And the guy's got 100 G's in there. And you're like, nobody's going to know if I take 20 grand off the top of this thing. Nobody.
Right.
Nobody's going to know.
Right.
Like, and then you would get, like, it's like anything else. You just, like, the first time you do it, you're like, oh.
It's a rush.
It's a rush. And then, like, now you're doing it every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Just like anything else.
Yeah. If you haven't watched, first of all, if you haven't watched The Wire,
Fucking dig a hole and bury yourself.
Yeah. But that show is.
Even as dated as it is, like season 1.
Yeah.
It's dated. It was in 1999.
Of course it is. Yeah, yeah.
It is so fucking good. It's so well written. There's 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Like season 5 puts everything in perspective. It's
Yeah.
fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
Sick.
By the way, for anybody watching the video, if you're wondering why I'm drinking Truly black cherries, this is my wife buys like the mix pack, and she won't drink the black cherry.
That's my favorite.
Is it really? Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
if you have more in there, I'll take one of those.
I don't think I have any.
All right, then no big deal. I'll stay with the beers.
Yeah. So, anyways, the show's great. So, if you're looking for a recommendation on like a show to watch, We Own the City is amazing. You know what? I've been like spacing it out because I don't want to binge it and like be done with it. You know that feeling? Where you're like,
Well, I couldn't binge it because when it first came out, I watched it once a week.
Yeah.
It was on Sunday nights. So.
Oh, so you watched it like consecutively as it went
Every week, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I missed like 1 week and I had to watch it like 2 episodes in a row. But
Yeah.
other than that, no, I watched it once a week. It was it's very well. Like I said, I love how the intro is just like The Wire, like the fucking music and shit, and like how I was like when it first came on, I was you heard the fucking dickhead.
Oh, dude.
It just got a raging hot on immediately.
6 to midnight.
Yeah,
Done. Already in.
he was
100% in.
he's just such a great everything that what he does.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't even know like when that last episode, and I'm not giving anything away.
No.
The last episode they showed like the real people. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was real.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit in there. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, dude.
Dude, I didn't realize that either. And like, especially if you watch it now knowing that it's real, you're like, I don't know. There's so many layers to it. Like, if you haven't seen it, like, I'm not gonna do a dissertation on that show, but like, there's just so many layers to it. Like, that like, the mainstream media has painted this idea of like, oh, this is like, just police versus, black communities is like race. But like, most of these police officers were black. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's a mind fuck. The whole thing's a fucking mind fuck.
Money talks. At the
dude.
end of the day, money
People
talks.
are money motivated. That's
it.
the bottom line.
That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
All it comes down to.
Speaking of that, my buddy, by the way, my buddy Jason Buggy, I mentioned him last week, Melrose legend. He is a buddy who's pretty influential in like the podcast world. And he was like, I told him to buy pulling the cork. Now, this is like,
Oh, that's what you sent me yesterday.
yeah, this is like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the guy's name, I'm not gonna say any of that, like whatever. This guy's a mover and a shaker, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And he's coming out with a Boston podcast. And he texted Buggy. He's like, Buggy and him used to work in a bar. Like,
Yep.
Buggy's like, I've never ever said anything to him. And he because he gets that all the time.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, I go, tell him we already got what he wants. We already have this Boston podcast
yeah,
done.
if you already know.
And by the way, you know what? Maybe you can't buy us. How you
Yeah.
like that. You can't even fucking afford us.
Yeah.
How you like that?
Come correct with a
You
price.
can never tame the tiger in the fucking cage. Yeah, unbelievable. But
Yeah, when I didn't. By the way, if I ever don't, you know me with my phone, dude. I always got it on me. If I ever don't answer you, it's because I'm obviously. I'm not ignoring you. Is what I'm trying to say.
do you think I would ever?
No. I don't want you to come at me one day like, I think it's funny how you always get your phone and you're not responding to me. No, I was fucking having the time of my life with buddies from work.
I love how you. By the way, I love how you're like self-conscious of the fact that you think that I would think that.
Yeah, I know.
I think that.
I know.
Oh, I gotta tell you this too. This is
It's the
hilarious.
story of my life, Brendan.
Because yeah. So we're in here today. So like a party at my house nowadays, especially if it's 99 degrees out and we have AC in here. My buddy's like iron working buddy, my buddy who coaches football at Reading High,
Yeah.
and whatever. My son Tommy, like we've told the story about him before, like the whole football thing. So he's with my nephew Will, Nate, the CO, my other brother-in-law is him. So Tommy, you look out the window. Tommy's got his knee in the back of like my young nephew, and Will's smashing stuff, and Tommy's like the gentlest touch.
Yeah.
And Dave goes, I love it. I bring him to one Eastern lineman camp, and he's fucking got his knee in the back of somebody and burying them in the ground. I go, yeah, that's how you learn it, dude. This is what happens.
It's part,
This
yeah.
is tough shit now. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
Like what happens?
Hell
you know? Then I walked in. I go, why would you have your knee in his back? He goes, he fucking smoked me in the face with a water balloon. So
Warranted.
I'm like, done.
Warranted.
Like, obviously.
Yeah.
Well warranted.
Yeah.
Well warranted.
Atta boy, Tommy.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I have to say this. We were just talking about fall, best times to come here. I always say like I like it hot. Fuck that, dude.
No,
this heat sucks, dude.
no.
I don't want to live
No,
in this type of weather.
no.
Like I don't enjoy that.
No, you
at
can't.
all.
I would, dude. I work in the elements, right? Being cold sucks. When you're hot,
You can get hot. You can get warm.
you can't do anything about You can't strip naked.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately frowned upon. Which, by the way, watched 2 documentaries on the Woodstock thing. Have you seen them yet?
No.
All right, so there's one on Netflix, and I'm getting there because Woodstock, everyone was fucking naked. I mean, naked. Like,
Yeah.
Free, peace, mind, happiness, all that shit. Dude, the amount of, 1999, right? So the documentary is on Netflix. It's on the 1999 Woodstock. But they talk about 69, and I forgot they had a Woodstock in 94. But it got fucking rained out, and, no one ever talked about it again. 99 was mayhem, right? So that's basically what it was about, is, how bad it turned out.
Yeah, because I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but I know that whole thing.
It was mayhem.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Right. So I put a status up with them, and they're like, you got to watch the one on HBO. So I watched it today, and it was better than the one on Netflix, and I'll tell you why. For one, they mentioned DMX. The first one did not mention DMX at Woodstock. How he had an entire fucking crowd of white people singing the song "My N-Words," and it was like, and I was like, I didn't even notice that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know it. You know?
We watched it. We watched it in here last week.
No, but that was when he was doing the Rough Rider anthem.
Yeah.
But now he's singing a song, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How is he? If he's cool with this, how?
Yeah.
He had fucking hundreds of songs, and he chose that song for a crowd to sing.
Yeah.
So, but that was cool. But they also showed they just showed a different aspect, because the one on Netflix, although I did enjoy it, it was 3 episodes. This one was just a 1-part documentary. They showed the good parts of it too. And if I was 18 and fucking my friends, I would have 100% been at fucking Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
But the amount of freedom and naked people, the bassist of the guitarist from Red Hot Chili Peppers was ass naked on stage with a guitar in front of his hog.
Yeah.
Flea.
Yeah.
He's the one that looks like fucking Will Ferrell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the drummer.
That is the drummer. You're
drummer.
right. But it's Flea.
Yeah.
And he at the end of it, he takes it off. He's just ass naked on stage in front of 100,000, 500,000 people. How did I get there, though?
DMX. The documentary.
No, but we were talking about naked people. Why did we get there?
I don't know. You said
Fuck. I went on this
Dude,
goddamn
you know what's
rant.
funny though? Here's bring up to your point, right? It's I love music, right? I am by the way, here's my other favorite thing about that night at Lily P's the other night.
What do you
So we
got?
go outside and these guys are all playing bluegrass, they're all together. I go, they're looking at me like I'm some dickhead, like I'm some tourist, right? And I go, hey, how about a little whiskey before breakfast? And they're like, well. I'm like, how about the fucking Clinch Mountain backstep?
You're just
I'm
teeing off.
calling no
Yeah.
fucking numbers.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's go. And I'm like, no shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, by the way, do you know I can pick that guitar and play it with you, motherfucker? How you like that?
I was kind of hoping for a success story
Yeah.
like that.
You know what though? Here's the thing. I think I've told you this story. My buddy Dave would tell the story the best. There's one thing I know about myself. When we were at Providence College, my buddy Dave went to Providence. He's like, my buddy Mo is like, that's my nickname for my buddies at home. He's like, he's a fucking nasty guitar player and singer. He's like, and these hippies wrote the thing. And he's like, I'll never forget it. They give you the guitar. And he goes, and you're like Michael, you're like Michael J. Fox when he's disappearing in Back to the Future. And he's like, you can't, if I have a thin line, I could play buzz, great. But if I'm drunk, I'm a fucking, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I was drunk that night. So I'm like, if I picked up a guitar, it would be an embarrassment. I wouldn't be able to do what I can usually do.
Sure.
It'd be like playing baseball drunk or anything else.
Anything,
you know what I
doing
mean?
a podcast.
Yeah. Well, that you can kind of.
That was purely for your entertainment.
By the way, you know what I love? I'll tell. This is a little inside baseball for the people at home. The numbers of all the shows that we have, I could see how many people downloaded it. So many people quit on barbecue season, within 3 minutes.
Oh, really?
They're like, this kid's shit based out of his mind. I'm not listening to this. Anyways, but yes. So I hate fucking big crowds. I love music, right?
Yep.
I hate festival type stuff where it's you're jammed up against somebody. I'm like, dude, first of all, in today's day and age,
Yeah.
I can watch it on my TV.
Yeah.
I don't need to be next to some sweaty dickhead.
Well, they talked about, 99, they had a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it was basically Girls Gone Wild. It had nothing to do with the concert itself.
Bud Light, the official beer of sexual assault.
Yeah. Oh, you know all about it, dude.
Yeah.
It was fucking, it was mayhem.
Dude,
absolutely.
my
mayhem.
buddies told me, they're like, we're going. I'm I'm not going.
How about the fucking porta potties and everything? All the water pipes are broken. They were
Disgusting.
just rifling through shit
I'm not-
water.
Listen, I'm not a person who likes to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the sense of everything from I don't like to be too hot. I don't like to be too cold. I don't like to be stuck with other fucking gross people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with you. Like, I'm also not like a drug addict person who like wants to do like a million drugs. Like,
Right.
like I remember I went to see I saw the Grateful Dead a million times. This is how old I am. I actually saw the Grateful Dead when Jerry Garcia was alive like 10 times in Boston Garden. I don't know how my parents let me go.
What a maniac.
Yeah. And then I went up to Highgate, Vermont. They had a big concert up there. I went up there as just people, drug-seeking people. And I'm like, this is gross. I'm like, these people are like just zombies, just Wookiees, like walking around like fucking.
Wookiees.
I'm like, I don't want anything to do with you
Yeah.
at all. Like, you're a trash person.
Yeah,
You know what
I mean, like I said, if I was 18, I definitely would have been there. Look at it now at 34, not a fucking chance.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
a
need to see Fred Durst jumping around with his.
No.
That, by the way, that some of that music is not aged. Like, it's not like it was like, Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock.
Right.
Like, it was like, oh, DMX.
Yeah.
DMX is great, but like, Fred Durst sucks. Like, nobody wants to listen to those guys anymore.
Did it all for the nookie.
Ugh. Brutal fucking tune.
Yeah.
Brutal tune.
They had a fucking massive following, though.
All right, let me ask you. All right, let's do this right now because I never fully figured out this. I had an idea for a show, but like, all right, so we talked about this a little bit the other night after we finished our show. Maggie came down. We were talking about Hall Pass.
Yep.
So Last Day on Earth was an idea we had for a show,
Yep.
right?
Oh, that's right.
I don't think it's fully fleshed out, so we can do a little bit of it right now. You got one day left in the world. Now, when I think about a Hall Pass for like girl, right, guy, whatever, Maggie already gave us. By the way, my wife gave us our Hall Pass. She goes, "You'll never guess it." I'm like, Ryan Phillippe. She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, she's like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "You've told me like 5 times when you're shit faced." By the way, it looks a lot like JT.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably your second. You know who doesn't look like JT or Ryan Phillippe?
Right. Brendan Ahern?
Me.
Yeah.
I look like Chandler from Friends, like after he got out of rehab. Who's your Hall Pass? Like, if you had a Hall Pass. Now, you got to take this into effect, because I think this is true. There's 2 different types. Like, if you were going to, like, if I was going to have, like, a last day, and I'm like, so say, like, the morning is, like, I'm going to do this. The afternoon, I'm going to do this. Hall Pass is the date. You got to kind of think, like, I think you got to hope this girl likes you and thinks you're funny and shit.
Yeah.
This isn't just, like, you bang.
Well,
her,
being
you know what I
funny
mean?
is the only thing that's ever saved me in life.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, there's no fun in, like, oh, like, Jennifer Aniston or Pam Anderson, let's just bang her. It's like, what fun is that? Like, I
Right.
can just, whatever.
Right. Since I was a teenager, I've always had one, but this girl has gone off the rails big time. So I'm done with her. But my original Hall Pass was always J-Lo. But she
Well,
is,
Ben Affleck is,
I mean,
I mean,
Boston wins. I get it.
Yeah.
So do I think I could score it? For sure.
yes.
For sure. But she's a fucking whack job. And I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to go the Puerto Rican route again. So,
I'm dead.
that being said, my Hall Pass, who I would have to get her away from her hockey husband, Carrie Underwood, who is,
But dude, that girl is
I love her.
thinner than
Oh, she is, but she just,
skim milk.
her, she is flawless. She's flawless to me.
She's got a great set
She
of
is,
pipes.
she is not, like if you were like Danny Gillis, what's your top 5 women? Most people would be like, no fucking way. But I am in love with Carrie Underwood. If you're listening, Carrie,
Yeah.
all right, I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
And I don't care who knows it.
Okay. I like it.
She is dynamite in
Yeah.
every sense of the fucking word. She
Yeah.
is, and when she sings,
Oh,
good
she's-
grief.
She's got a voice. She's got pipes.
I was so upset when they got rid of, I think it was Hank Williams, right? For Monday Night
Oh,
Football.
yeah, you got canceled.
So mad that they canceled him because like he had like that iconic voice.
Yeah, it's
but
a
now
great song.
But now I get to see her and I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Like it just made
Oh
it.
no, I mean she's a great replacement. Imagine if I was like Tom Cruise.
I mean, just the way he just went full retard.
I'll tell you what, dude,
Yeah.
he's great.
The way he talks to a volleyball, you know.
Now, the reason I thought about this was because for years it's been the same for me. Like literally since me and Maggie have been together, it's been the same.
Yeah.
I've been like Jennifer Aniston. Like Jennifer Aniston.
She doesn't
Because I
age.
think she has a great sense of humor.
Yep.
So I think she'd think I was kind of funny.
Yep.
Um,
Wasn't she in the movie Hall Pass too?
she's in Hall Pass. And I think she's in Horrible Bosses.
Oh no, she's in Horrible.
Is she in Hall Pass too?
No, she was in Meet Where the Millers,
With the Mills.
where she stripped down, and
She
it was
is-
glorious.
She is that woman.
Dynamite.
I love her.
Yeah,
I think she's fabulous.
I get it.
But when I tell you my mind has never been changed, like I've never like seen J-Lo in a video and be like, oh, maybe I changed my mind.
Ugh.
I'm talking 20 years, kid. I've been like, I'm sticking with my fucking pick.
Yeah.
And my mind was fucked when I saw Top Gun 2. Jennifer Connelly in Top Gun 2. And by the way, completely not my type. Stick figure type rod.
Yeah.
Right? I like a little bit something to grab onto. In my life.
Yeah.
I do.
Don't order a salad when you call it to eat with me.
Exactly. Jennifer Connelly is throwing high 90s in her 50s in that movie.
I gotta
Absolutely.
see her.
Oh my God. Dude, she is ridiculous. So she's only been in, hold on. She was in Requiem for a Dream, which is the most depressing movie of all time.
It's a fucked up movie.
Double dildo chick, that she was in that. Yeah. Yeah, it was horrible.
See, like this.
I forgot.
This picture here, she looks like Marilyn Manson. I don't know if I agree with you.
Look at her up in Top Gun 2.
But I mean, like right there, that's not her best.
I agree.
not her best
I'm
one.
not attracted to that woman at all. Look her Top Gun 2 character up. That's what I'm into. By the way, let me prerequisite. I need her in. You see what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Dude, she's like the bartender at the bar. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, has like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
she's
saw
bad.
that picture. That girl is throwing like
She's bad there. Yeah.
vibes to me that is like.
You know
insane.
what? You know who else? Speaking of like bartenders,
And I have so
movies,
much in common with like a jet fighter. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You know who else is like low key not in my fucking wheelhouse at all, but I
Who?
love her. Amy Adams, the redhead.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I agree with you.
good God.
She's in Wedding Crashers, right?
She is in. No. But the main chick, the black kid girl in Wedding Crashers, the one
Yeah.
that Owen Wilson wants, she's in there.
Yeah.
She's fucking banging.
Yeah.
Damn, I got a lot of hall passes, dude.
By the way, could cash these in.
But Amy Adams, the redhead, dude, shout out to the redheads.
Yeah,
They don't get enough love.
I agree.
Amy Adams she's your point guard though.
Yeah.
She's fucking.
See, this used to be a thing now. Well, I mean, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think that like if I was, the funny thing is, imagine like you just like, oh, you go out dinner and they're like, just like, when can I get the fuck out of here? This kid sucks. He's poor.
Yeah.
He's gonna die tonight. By the way, I just found that out. It's like a make a wish.
Yeah. I don't.
This guy's been cracking stick to me since 1997.
And I've always said this, right? Like I walk in the house and like Justin Timberlake's in there, like just going to town. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
I love I had a whole idea, whatever. Since I've been fucking 12 years old, I've been doing what if scenarios to my buddies. I've been doing like what if, like all right. So would you rather scenario?
Yep.
So like we were on a golf trip one time. We were all like our mid-20s. My buddy, I have one buddy who's married. My buddy Matt Feeney does not listen to this. His wife at the time, Jackie, not married to her anymore. So who cares? So I was like, dude, let me ask you a question. I'm like, if you could bang Jessica Simpson, that time she was like the
She was
prime
number
fucking
one?
real estate right then. I go, you
Is
could
it
bang
chi- is
Jessica
it
Simpson.
chicken
I go,
or-
you could bang Jessica Simpson, but I go, Jackie gets to like bang another famous person, but you don't know who it's gonna be. You just gotta roll the dice.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm in, right? And they go, all right. I go, now what if she told you that the famous person you wanted to bang was Shaq? And he's like,
Just to lice up.
I'm like, but you get 4 weeks with Jessica Simpson. She gets one night with Shaq. He's like, all right, I think I would do it. And I'm like, what if?
I would definitely do it.
I go, what if every time the Lakers played, because these are the Lakers that I go, she intently watched the game cross-legged next to the TV with a Shaq jersey on. Didn't even talk to you. And he's like, dude, you've gone too far now. You've gone too far.
Just a fucking Lysol can for a dick.
Just Shaq was just like smoking like a fucking Starbucks Trenta, like fucking just crushing your woman. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's fucking. Oh, actually, funny story. So I was with my buddy Moki yesterday. Shout out to my BA, Pat Mulcairn. He was like, "Hey, you want to take a quick ride to Starbucks?" He went to Chris Stapleton last night in fucking New Hampshire.
Guilford? My
Yeah.
buddy was there. Yeah. Stapleton's the best.
So we're waiting for shit to pop off yesterday. He's like, "You want to take a trip, dude?" I was like, "Yeah." Now his voice, he's got no voice right now, out of nowhere. So he sounds like me, like with laryngitis. Like he just doesn't have a voice.
I told you, it happens to me.
Yeah, so it happened to him, and he was like, "I need to go get a tea." It was 100 degrees yesterday. I was like, "I'm not doing something hot." He was like, oh, I'll get you the Brennan Ahern special. So he comes out with the pink drink, dude.
Oh, that's Addie's drink.
Dude, that is so refreshing,
Dude,
though.
that's Addie's drink, yeah.
It was so refreshing.
I've never drank one.
It's phenomenal. But he was right. The minute I took a sip, he was like, you can only have one of those, though. It's like,
Oh, yeah, it's too sweet, right?
Way too
I've
sweet.
never had a sip of it.
It was so fucking good. So I get why your daughter loves that. It was like I already had nice coffee. I didn't want if I have 2 coffees, I start getting the Michael J. Foxes. So I had 1 coffee and then I was like,
Michael J. Fox.
yeah, I just started shaking like a fucking
Parkinson's?
yeah.
Dude, we used to have this woman, real quick, I'm going to forget this if I don't say it. Back when I was in middle school, we had this thing that was called, it was like in our lunchroom, there was this area where they had like your regular, like you go through for your school lunch, right?
Yeah.
And then they had an area where they sold like ice cream out of it.
Yeah.
So like ice cream like sticks, like, shit on like a fucking, like a popsicles and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was this woman at Parkinson's, and it was all like fenced in like area, and they could just like reach in, you give them the money, and they do that. And we used to call it the rage in the cage. Dude, this lady was shaking like fucking, like, oh, dude, it was insane. It was hilarious.
What a name,
The
though.
Rage in the Cage.
Yeah.
She was like, it was like UMass fucking, what was it called? The, back in the day, it was like, fuck. 'Cause they had it, was whatever. Anyways, go ahead.
No, that
no.
was it. No, Mulkey was like, I'll get you the Brennan Ahern special, and I had it, and it was fucking phenomenal. Pink drink. It's probably like $12. It was on his dime.
My daughter Addie, who's the pink drink queen, is gonna be the death of me. Maggie goes to Motley Crue yesterday.
Yeah.
She's with my buddy who's the ironworkers in here. Him and my daughter are tight.
Yeah.
So they walk in, they go, we're walking downtown. I'm like, all right. It's like 2:30. We're in here just crushing Coors Lights. She's like, all right, we're meeting Riley, this other girl, whatever. Then we're calling them. I'm like, all right, we gotta get them home. It's like now it's like 7. I'm like, not that I care that she's out, but I'm like, I'm not driving around fucking, you know what I mean?
For, yeah.
They're fucking putting us to voicemail. They're fucking, they're like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house. I'm like, you know what? Go. I'm like, and then click. I'm like, this girl's going to put me into, and then, dude, I'm like, don't you ever do that again. She's like, walks away from me, doesn't say shit, goes up to the bedroom, watching fucking whatever she's watching, Glee. And then I call her, she goes, yeah, that's what she's watching. She goes up to me, she goes, I'm sorry I was like really bad. And I melt. Obviously, because I'm a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like,
It's like the end of Full House, Danny Tanner and
Dude,
fucking DJ.
I was like,
the
God.
music starts playing.
This girl, if she's doing this now, I'm like, I am fucked. My other 2 kids, they're like gonna be perfect. This girl's she's gonna be at Woodstock 99. Like, that's gonna be her like fucking,
Bathing in shit water.
Exactly, yeah. Buck naked, bathing in shit water, like, probably like fucking ruining people's lives. Dude, would you rather? All right, let me ask you a question. You gotta be from? Oh, here's a good one. You gotta be from another state. Can't be New England state.
Yeah.
Give me your top 3.
I think you asked this before. I don't know if you asked it on the show or you asked it just. I think you asked on the show though.
Did I?
Because I answered this. Yeah.
Well, it's completely possible. All right, here's a better one.
It might have been the barbecue.
Give me your
episode.
last 3.
Oh, easy. Actually, no, it isn't easy because, being a Boston guy, first thing I would say is like fucking New York. No, I would love New York.
New York's great.
I'm a city guy.
It's awesome.
Last drink, I don't know, somewhere in the Midwest. Put me in like Topeka, Kansas. I'm gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
I need good food. I feel like Des Moines, Iowa's in there.
They got nothing. I told this story in the show already. When I met Jimmy Sear, now lives down in Georgia. He's from up here. And he's like, dude, they got nothing.
They don't.
And Des, his wife's from up here too.
Yeah.
Des is like, Brendan, she's like, well, I'm like, I would love Chinese food for fuck.
Yeah,
They
dude.
don't have real Chinese food.
They don't, and it's fucked up because, like I said, every time my brother comes home, the first stop is usually a roast beef spot. It used to just be strictly Kelly's. We get a lobster fucking roll and a beef or whatever. But now, now that we're seasoned vets, I'm like, we can go here, we can go here. The second part of that is we get Chinese food night too, and we just go to town. They don't have Chinese food in Denver. Like, do you think Asians are going to fucking Denver? No, they're not doing that. That's strictly like a. And as good as we have Chinese food, New York Chinese food is. I can't explain it. It's just.
I've never had it down there.
It's just better.
Yeah.
It's just better. Like, amazing.
I can't believe they're gonna take the Kowloon from us. By the way.
I know, and like I'm a Kowloon homer. Like people are like Kowloon sucks. Majority of it does suck. You know what doesn't suck? Saugus wings.
Okay, let me explain. There's a lot of people that listen to the show that aren't from Massachusetts. Up,
Kowloon
basically
is
5 miles from where we are right now
Not even.
Not even.
Not even.
is a restaurant that if Quentin Tarantino was going to film his next movie, this would be a great spot to have multiple scenes.
Yeah.
You walk in, the place is huge.
It's. I'm trying to put it in perspective.
Look up Kowloon. Like, you know when the Brady Bunch episode for the older people, they're like, my father say never go there, I never go there, the Hawaiian talisman one. That's what the thing is on the side of the place. You could eat in a boat. There's a boat in there you can eat in.
It's true. There's multiple fish tanks.
There's multiple fish tanks everywhere. There's a bar, there's Keno.
If there's ever been a wrestling event in Boston, that's where they eat afterwards.
That's where they eat afterwards. There's
all of them. Every single one
Red
of them.
Auerbach used to go there all the time.
Yep.
So many famous people go
Dude,
there.
their food isn't that. It might be.
The food's good.
The food is good. Fuck off. I'm a Kowloon guy.
I'm a Kowloon guy to the
I'm
day,
a Kowloon guy.
the day I die.
Is it the best? No.
No.
But
I had my bachelor party at the Kowloon.
Oh,
Fact.
That's fucking insane.
Fact.
But I know where you went afterwards.
Yeah.
But Kowloon is. Is it a tourist attraction now? Yes. But if you go there during the day, and I've done this, I did this 2
Me and
years.
Maggie have gone a lot, yeah.
I did this 2 years in a row. So I would go there. I would put my order in New Year's Eve because, like I said, New Year's Eve around
Like
here.
your MSG on New Year's Eve.
Love it, love it, love it. As the ball drops, I want to take a year off my life, and I would put my order in. I would go in the back door that says "Do not enter." I would pick my shit up and leave because I'm not waiting 2 hours to get food. I would have Saugus wings until I can't fucking move anymore, and I would wake up and I would say, "I need more," and I would go. I've done this 2 years in a row, and I would go there roughly 1 o'clock. That fucking New Year's Day. There'd be some college football game on, and I would watch a half of the game at the bar, crushing wings again. I did it 2 years in a row. So there is nobody in there New Year's Day. And it's fucking, I don't care if it's leftover wings. What do you think is in these fucking buildings, by the way?
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's not top tier steakhouses.
No.
I don't think you'll ever see a build inspection with an A on it in front of this place. But I love it, and I know what you know what you're in for.
Yes.
Fried rice, greasy fucking food, and you're gonna regret it later. You're gonna shit out fucking water, and
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine because
Yeah.
when you're in that moment with a little there's nothing better, dude. I am a sucker for the Kowloon. Sucker.
Dude, I gotta say this too.
Couple fog cutters. Oh, buddy, you gave me the cups with the fucking Fu Manchu on it with the guy's face. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about,
Oh,
buddy.
dude.
Buddy, you could put fucking Woodstock tap water in that thing, and I'm gonna chug it.
Proudest moment of my life. Now, I talked about my son, whatever, a million times. This kid's a great artist, right?
Yes.
We made him go to this filmmaking camp. So, like, he is a very to himself type of person. Unless he knows his boys are there, right?
Right.
Goes there. The guy's like, hey, he's doing a stop motion by himself. He doesn't want to do a film with anybody else. I'm going to find this film for you and show it to you.
Yep.
They debuted it. They were like, we're choosing certain films from all these filmmaking camps to do at the Kowloon.
That's sick.
Huge screen.
Yep.
Dude, this thing is bananas, my son did. Ridiculous. Stop motion, all like black and white, ludicrous. And I'm like, dude, this is the proudest I'm ever going to be of you.
Dude.
You have a film that just played at the Kowloon.
That's-
Dude, you're my hero. Like,
Dude.
you are my hero.
I just thought of this. You should probably hook Tommy up with Craig.
Yeah.
Dude, when I did that thing with Craig,
Yeah.
the only thing that was missing that day was a makeup artist.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking setup for me to talk about roast beefs
Sure. Yeah.
was
Craig Kimberly we're talking
Brendan.
about. Not
It
Craig
was
from Action Effort.
correct. Yeah. We know a lot of Craigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, this guy's setup was
By the way,
nuts.
he was going to be here tonight, except for the fact that I didn't know if it was going to be tonight or like was like on his birthday.
We're gonna
so
get him.
whatever.
Don't you
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get Tommy hooked up.
Yeah.
Little fucking.
But you know what's funny now? He's into football. He's like kind of like done with it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm like now I'm gonna be a football jock guy. Whatever.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I want to send a shout out right now. My buddy Paul Gentile moved here from Kansas City.
He just requested me on Instagram.
Yeah, because
He's a massive Chiefs fan.
he's a Kansas City guy.
Okay, so he's from there.
Dude, this kid when
I was
met
very
him-
confused.
When I met this kid.
Yeah.
Right. You know, when I actually said this to Amanda at Philly Peace.
Yep.
I'm like, when I met Danny, I'm like, this is like, I'm like, beast recognizes beast.
Yeah.
Cross the Serengeti. Like, lions. Like,
Yep.
walking towards each other. Like,
Yep.
We respect each other.
Yep.
Me and this kid, I'm like, this is my guy. Like,
No shit.
When I tell you I love this kid,
Yep.
I would lay down traffic for this kid.
Fuck yeah.
Big pull in the court guy. He's like, he goes, dude, I want to go to Hooters with Danny. I'm like, we could definitely make that happen. That
Okay.
is easy fucking money.
Go right now.
Yeah, what are you around right now?
Yeah.
We're gonna post that shit right now. But absolute fucking classic individual. Huge pull in the court guy. By the way, we're getting some fucking fans listen to the show.
Yeah,
which
we
I
are.
love.
Yeah, we are.
Which I love.
Yeah, it's dude, it's funny. Well, because like the people I get requests on Instagram now,
Yeah.
they're either fans of the show, which is
Yeah.
great, or they're fucking fake investment people. Bitcoin fucking
Crypto losers.
fucking idiots that don't
Yeah.
have a real job. And they just watch the stock market on their fucking
Yeah.
Metro PCS phone. Fuck you. I will never ever accept that request. When I see Brendan Ahern pulling off, all right, it's my guy.
Yeah.
Then I'm scrolling through. I'm like, the fuck made this guy a Chiefs fan? I was so confused.
Oh yeah, he's born there.
Yeah. So, I respect that. He's not one of these guys. I have a kid that I grew up with. I don't know if he listens to this or not. He's a fucking donkey. All right. He's a fan of the fucking whoever wins is who he's a fan of. So like, he was a massive Lamar Jackson fan.
Yeah.
Then he was Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's always been. I will say this. He's always been a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. But like, why? Like, what's the? I'm a Notre Dame fan. I'm a Notre Dame fan not because of the Fighting Irish. They could be called the fucking Tigers for all I give a shit. We had gold helmets for Pop Warner. Notre Dame was on every fucking Saturday. Same colors, same helmets.
Yeah.
That's my fucking squad. That's my story.
Yeah.
I don't have a father that like made me a fan. My
Sure.
father fucking hated college football.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm a fan. He's from there. He's a fan of the Chiefs. That
Oh,
makes
dude,
sense.
and by the way, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this kid right now. And I can't wait till he hears this. He's going to go 6 to midnight when I tell the story. So we play in this men's basketball league. This is like 5 years ago, right? There's a kid in the league from Saugus. Now, we're all like between 38 and 43 at this time, right? We got one guy who's like our boy who's like fucking played at St. Mike's. He's nasty.
Yeah.
There's a kid in the league, shows up, low 20s, jumps out of the building, white kid, like with every gene that's not white you've ever had for athleticism. Complete dick. Complete clown. Always clowning people. You're in a men's league, dude. Everybody's here just to get a workout.
Dream's over.
And you're being a dick.
Yeah.
I looked up his stats. He went to Curry College. He had a cup of coffee at Curry College, and he like had 9 points. Like and like they kicked him off the team. Story of this kid's life. He's a clown. So one day, my buddy Paul Gentile, we get into it with the kid, and the kid Paul always had a headband on because he sweats so much. Paul's like you. He's built like you.
Yeah.
Headband goes off, dude. He goes right for his neck. Paul goes right for this kid's neck. Zero hesitation.
Love it.
He's going for him. And he was like, I will fuck. And I'm like, and the kid, he had that look in his eye. Was like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Shouldn't have did that.
I just saw what it was. And it got broken up. You know,
Yeah.
it was like, all right, whatever. But like, dude, I saw that. I'm like, this kid, he doesn't fuck around. Like,
No.
he's like, that's what I hope with the kid. He's a Kansas City guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but he's fucking loves Kansas City.
Love it.
He's got the best, dude. Here's the best story of all time about this kid. His fucking
Kansas City barbecue? I'll fuck with that all day.
Dude, he's a bit of a troublemaker. This kid, go
Yeah.
guess. He hated his neighbor when he was growing up, so he ordered like 37 fucking barbecue chicken pizzas to his neighbor's house. Right?
Yeah.
The guy noticed him like looking through the window, like that he had done it. Right? So Paul's old man made him. He goes. He found out. He's like, oh, it was my son. So he goes, you're gonna eat every one of these pizzas for your next 2 weeks of school. So
That's a badass
dude,
father move.
Dude, the baddest ass of all time.
That's a badass father move.
Shout out to David Gentile.
Holy shit.
And dude, he can't. As a joke, he was in Hilton Head with me last year. Like we just happened to be at the same time. I had my buddy who runs that bar bring out a fucking barbecue chicken pizza to him. He can't look at it. He
Yeah.
gets sick to his stomach. I'm like, so anyways, absolute legend, Paul Gentile.
Yep.
Big pull in the court guy.
Fuck yeah.
He will be, by the way, he will be at the Halloween concert.
I can't.
Halloween
Halloween
concert.
concert? Oh, boy.
We playing music now?
I guess.
Yeah.
Might
Dude, by the way, I feel like Kid and Play Dance could be in play at that fucking place.
1,000,000,000%.
100%. So anyways, what an episode.
Yeah. Oh, they're always, dude. We say this every time, man. We throw out fucking heat.
We're getting to the point too, like we said last week, where it's like I don't know that we're gonna keep the standards.
Yeah.
By the standards, I mean frauds.
Frauds, good guys, yeah.
Whatever. We're getting to the point where I don't know that we always need, like you know what I mean? We don't always
We
need
don't.
it. But it's almost like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like we are like
We're turning
spreading
into
our
a different
wings.
Pokemon.
Yeah. We are turning into a different level right now.
Yes.
We're leveling up. We're leveling up.
Dude, frauds and good guys are our go-getters. But I like just spitting off the cuff, too.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we can.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people can't. A lot of fucking dead space on a lot of these up-and-coming podcasts. You know?
Dude, there's a lot of, like, I also think, like, it's very easy to be like, I want to start a podcast. It's not easy if you're not me and you. You know what I mean?
We just spitball, dude.
Yeah.
We get it.
Easy.
We could talk about fucking how many, you know, easy
Yeah.
shit. This
Yeah.
is easy. This is easy to me.
Yeah.
So what's Will Hunting say?
Yeah. This shit's like wiffle ball. It's like, shit's
It is
fucking
what it
easy
is.
for me. I'm not even sure he said that, but I say it. Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to be back next week.
Yes, sir.
As we will always.
And like I said, I know where I'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week. You said you got something to do Saturday?
No. So Maggie goes away on Monday morning with my oldest daughter to Hilton Head.
Yep.
Because there's never any vacation. This family never ends, apparently. And I think I don't think we have like anything that's like coming to mind that's like crazy. Like
It's
I think
like-
I got my niece's birthday. I think is on Saturday.
It's like family friendly. So if you want to come, I'll have my family there. It's like a
Friday.
Friday, Saturday,
So
Sunday.
will you go every day?
Yeah. But it's so Friday and Saturday they started at night. So it starts like 6.
Yeah.
And then Sunday it starts at like noontime. And it ends at like there's like a DJ or like bands there. It's not massive, but it's like a Malden fucking towny thing.
Yeah.
There's games, there's food, there's a park right there. Like I said, they used to have the grease pole. I'm not sure if they're doing it this year. But I did it last year. That was my last year. Now I'm just a
You're
spectator,
retired?
dude. Your body hurts for a week, and you
Yeah.
smell like fucking motor oil. You know what I mean? Because it's
Ugh.
grease from a tractor. So it sucks. But it's fun. You have fun. I will be there all weekend. I know a bunch of my people that listen to this will be there. So if you want to come down, if you want to come down,
I'm coming
Brendan,
down. I'm definitely coming down. There's no question about
I'll be
that.
there Friday night, and fucking we'll just rip it
Yeah.
up. There's definitely a beer guy in there. So if I'm there before you, you'll find me.
Oh well, I mean, something tells me I'll be sniffing you out pretty early. All right, well, we'll be back next week. Hour and a half of the people.
That's all we're here for, pal.
You know what I mean?
That's
We're
what
here for you. We're here for you.
Just right out of the pocket with it.
And by the way, questions. Pipe 'em in. We'll send you a shirt.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people get a shirt this week. And we'll be back on next Sunday night. You'll get the download as always
Yep. For Monday morning.
for Monday morning for your time. All right? Peace out.
Later, peeps.